What's going on tonight? What's happening tonight? It's kind of late night. What's happening tonight? Why is it so late night?
I know. Why are we still awake? I
Why?
don't get it.
We're old. We're supposed to be in bed with our cookies.
I'm done. I'm so
We're
done tonight.
old. Nerdiverse. For those who are watching this in the future, we use this opportune moment to seize this opportunity to roll out one of our newest segments for MOTN Live, which is MOTN Live After Dark. After Dark.
Thank you.
Dark.
So
Long time coming. After Dark. We've been trying to get this off the ground. There was an After Dark eons ago in OG MOTN, but not this format. This is completely different. In this format, same loosey goosey like MOTN Live, but this time we're getting nerdy and dirty, baby.
oh, gross. Oh my god.
And I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's
Ew.
gonna happen. I'm of course the king of Cavassier, Mike G, and with me, as always, is my partner in crime, the terrifically tumultuous twin venger, Tootie Odin.
Yeah.
Odin.
That's me. And then he does a confusing thing where he introduces me in confusing ways. But yeah, he's right. That's me.
You'll never know
I
who
don't know
she
what you're.
is. You'll
Yeah.
never know.
I'm a mystery.
She's a mystery wrapped in a. She's a mystery wrapped in a riddle wrapped in a vest.
Wrapped in a vest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
Mhm.
Toots, why don't you tell us what After Dark is all about? Why did you crack this bad boy open for this hour of
Well,
power?
I feel like you hit the nail on the head when you described After Dark as the dirty nerdy or the nerdy dirty. Either way, it works. And I feel like it's not about getting dirty in the ways that you want to automatically think. I think it's
Why
just
not?
being a little bit provocative. No. There's no why not. Like, I'm cool with that. Also, don't do that voice. Don't do
No,
that.
this
Um,
is my After Dark voice, baby. This is my After Dark
oh
voice. Oh
my
no,
God.
I don't like it either.
Oh,
This is how it is.
wait. Hold on. Can I do it too?
You're
oh,
go
yeah.
read up After Dark boys.
That was terrible.
It's
Mine was
horrible.
terrible. Boo me.
No,
That's
no, that was
fine.
amazing.
Yeah, After Dark is just subjects that are generally off the table during the daytime. And again, not so much sexually, but also maybe a little bit.
It depends on how the night goes, you know. I'm sipping on this beautiful glass of Cavassier that I won't show
Are
because
you?
I don't know.
Very nice.
Yes,
Oh,
I am. I won't show
he
it,
is.
but it's here and it's delicious. It's aged.
Very
It's
nice.
aged beautifully. You know what I mean?
Lovely.
So tonight I have a topic I want to talk about that I think is a little um in the nerdiverse, but also a little after darkish. I know you have a topic you want to talk about, so I will say ladies first and
Oh my God.
leave the floor to you.
Oh man. Are we going to
Tell them
do
what
that
you got
like
to
that?
tell them what you got to tell them.
Okay.
Tell them what you got to tell them.
All right. I will. It's a bit soon. We're only 5 minutes into the cast,
Let's
so
go.
I'm
Hit the ground
gonna.
running.
I'm actually gonna start. So I actually watched this interesting anime very recently that we will discuss probably in a few minutes or so. But the first thing I want to talk about is the Superman trailer. Is that okay?
Yes, because that segues into what I want to talk about. Yeah,
Oh, well then
yeah.
let's go because oh my God, I was a little bit blown away by it. I'm kind of a little bit hyped for it, and I've never been very much hyped for any of this stuff. But the truth is, this one was kind of the trailer that they actually did was a little bit like, oh, what? No,
This
wait,
right
what are they
here.
doing?
This right
What are they
here.
doing? That's
What this right
Superman.
here?
That's really Superman. Yeah, it was one of those. Yeah, it was exactly like that. That's exactly what I did. So yeah.
I've watched that trailer maybe 12 times already in all different
okay,
kind of
I'm right up there with you.
yeah, in all types of different configurations and different reactions. And my cousin Alexander, who I'm name dropping, you better be watching the channel. Um, he was like, I
Shout
don't
out,
understand.
Alex.
Shout out Alex. Um,
Yeah.
he was like, I don't understand. Why are people so hype about this? It's just Superman. I was like, Alex, you don't understand because it's Superman. I think everyone past the age of like 30 loves Superman in their spirit. Somewhere deep down inside, you're excited about
yeah.
Superman because it's super.
Right.
it's like the most iconic hero of all time. Like Mount Rushmore, he's in the George Washington spot, right? It's like he is what heroes want to be. And I think that this trailer really does a great job of cementing a mission statement of what our tone is. And I think a good teaser doesn't give you any plot, doesn't really give you any real story, but it dictates the tone. And I think this tone is harkening back to the old Christopher Reeve, 1970s Superman, which brings me to tears.
Margot, what's her name?
Margot,
No, her,
not
um,
Margot
what?
Kidder.
I was about to say Margot Robbie, but it's Margot Kiddo.
Yeah,
Yeah, Kidder.
Mar-
Yeah,
Margot
exactly. Yeah.
Kidder. Gene Hackman, that John Williams score just swelling up, and your chest starts to get a little tight watching it. You know what I mean? And it
Did
comes
you
with
hear the score at the end of the trailer? Da, 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 like it just oh my god, what are you doing? Yeah, I thought the same exact thing. I did the same exact thing. Okay. It's like it's
like,
a
what are we
bad
doing?
time. Yeah. Yeah,
What are
what
we
are we doing right
doing?
now? Yeah.
I'm just sitting there getting mad. I'm like, I'm gonna be so broke when the 1/6 scale figure of that comes out because I'm just gonna have to figure out the money. I'm gonna be selling ass on the corner for that figure. I'm just telling you right now.
Oh my
Right now,
god.
my big ass could be on Fig with a little Superman shirt.
He doesn't he does he's probably not that far from Figueroa, you guys. So yeah, I would see
Hey,
Michael right there
hey,
in the corner.
hey! If you want a live MOTN interview for a price, wait around, wait around. This is after
if
dark,
you
so I can
have
go crazy. You
if you have
know,
to ask about it, you can't afford it.
you gotta you ask for the price, you can't afford it, baby. They'll just saying at least 300. Disgust.
Wow.
But
That is
the reason,
gross, but so funny.
yeah, the reason I want to bring up the trailer is because have you watched any of the Creature Commandos on Max? The other James Gunn DC Comics thing he's doing, the cartoon.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so
No.
long story less long. It's pretty much Suicide Squad, but with monsters um instead of criminals. So
Okay.
rather than Harley Quinn and Deadshot, it's Frankenstein's bride and Weasel and Tony. What's going on, Tony? Um, and
Hi, cousin. I can't see you in the chat because I don't have the chat up, but yay. Thank
I'll
you.
put the chat up. The chat should be up on the screen. But
Oh, it's not. Ah, yeah, there he is. I see him.
he, he,
Uh,
hold on. I gotta give Tony the proper salute.
yeah, I forgot we had sound effects.
Effects.
All right.
Sound effects. Okay, that clap lasts a little long. I'm sorry, Nerdiverse. But I'm tending to think that James Gunn may be bipolar. If we're just getting a little racy, because
Okay.
if you watch any of the episodes of Creature Commandos, it is polar opposite to the tone of what this Superman trailer is. Um, this series is a cartoon, which is fairly well animated, but it is so trauma you would want to throw a stick at it. It's so for those who know no Trump it's so filled with sex and violence and dirty jokes and cussing. It almost feels like it's his id needing to get out. Like I feel like Gunn must be so under the scrutiny of the entire company to get the Superman movie right that he can't really be himself, his full self. The reign he's reined in. And if you watch any of these episodes, I mean, there's a scene in Creature Commandos where the bride is having sex with Frankenstein at the same time, being beaten to death by a character, and it's to the music. And I'm talking about like not like, oh, this is cute, like no sex scenes. And I'm like, what is happening, dude? Like me and Brian talked about it on the last MLTN live. It's like it's almost too much for me. I don't like it. It's too much. And I was worried about Superman because I was like, is this the DCEU he's trying to build? I don't want that. I don't want
No, yeah.
yeah, I don't want sex and bloody violence the whole time. And I was super worried. I was like, I was very sure about this, but now I don't know. So
Here's the thing. I felt like they were going for a more realistic value when it came to Superman when they started doing things like that. But at the same time, because he's been an actual superhero where he's had this stereotype of just heroism and nothing more, it's really hard for people to grasp the damage and the side effects of having a Superman around. And I think the story focusing on the dark side of having a superhero as powerful as him around, like it's not something that people were exactly ready for. I haven't seen it. We've joked about it. We've joked about the ramifications of having Superman come and save the world, right?
Yeah,
Insurance rates going up, and the neighborhood being destroyed. We joked about it, but the truth is, those are the actual ramifications of an actual Superman. So it did touch very, very harshly on the subject of why he should not exist in the first place, and that's a really hard thing for the reality of people to deal with when we sit here every day and wake up every morning thinking if only somebody is here to save us, from what we're going through, generally speaking. So like I said, these things are a way of escaping, but at the same time, they have to be relative in order to be able to actually be entertained by it. So it's a
yeah.
really hard draw, isn't it?
That's what I was going to say. That was going to be my comment to that is that it's a dance, it's a balance, right? You want believability, you, and I think Marvel in the beginning did a real good job at that. You had
Right.
Avengers
I
movie
agree.
where it had all the fun superhero stuff, but also the ramifications of their actions. New York was
Mhm.
completely decimated. People died. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a
Right.
clean, but and with Superman, I think let's say the Man of Steel, the Zack Snyder stuff, it was too heavy on the gritty, realistic logistics of a Superman. You know what I mean? And we kind of missed the man who would save kittens from trees. You know what I mean? And wore the bright yellow, blue and bright yellow, blue and red outfit. We missed that. So what you can see from this trailer, it's goofy as shit. You know what I mean? Like Superman's fighting giant monsters. It's really bright. You got Guy Gardner with a bowl cut. It looks crazy. It looks larger than life, and I think people have been missing
Right.
that. But I'm hoping that. But you also see scenes where he's just tugging down Lois. You know what I mean? And they're making out half the trailer. You know what I mean? So and I think
I
he
think
has a
that too is endearing. That's part of this. That's part of the Superman
he's
story. A huge part.
yeah, Lois and Clark, right? So I think James Gunn has proven that he's really good with giving the most goofiest things heart. Look at the Guardians of the Galaxy
For
series.
sure. Yeah.
So I think and plus, don't you just love Crypto? Crypto the super dog? Isn't Crypto
I love
just
it. He's all
the
right. He's
best?
all right.
Shut
Okay,
up.
I have a
You're
question for
going to
you.
you're going to love him. Yes.
I have a question for you. In regards to the director of some of the best comic book movies ever, there has been certain allegations made against him. Um, how do you feel about that?
My thing
James
is,
Gunn has been found evidentially guilty of certain crimes that we won't speak of here. Maybe we should, but like he
it's
was
after
found
dark.
a
Go
child.
nuts.
These are child crimes. Like I've always been apprehensive to acknowledge James Gunn as a director, but he does make good things. But here's the thing: it's not that. So does Woody Allen, right? So did Woody Allen. Made some of the best movies I've actually ever seen ever, and so many other directors now take homage and they actually replicate what Woody Allen actually did in a lot of his movies. Quentin Tarantino, one of my favorite directors, being one of them. So my question is this: do we accept, or is it okay? Whether we accept it as fans or not is irrelevant, to be honest, because I
Mhm.
do. I like art for art. I don't like art for the human being and the character and the person that they're trying to portray. I'm not interested in the humanity of what these artists do, because everybody goes through shit. So there's that. I don't condone certain behaviors, obviously, and for the wood chipper for certain behaviors, obviously. But that being said, what is it about Hollywood and about Disney in particular that accepts people who are, again, allegedly, evidentially guilty of certain behaviors, that they are still able to be acknowledged, recognized, and even respected in their craft?
Okay. Very good question. Separating the art from the artist. I had a
Thank
whole
you.
45-minute diatribe on that years ago because I felt so strongly about it. here's the thing about James Gunn and why we're even in this predicament. So this was in between, the time frame is in between Guardians 2 and Guardians 3. And he was brought up on these allegations and pulled up 10-year-old, tweets and things like that of him being raunchy and gross and saying really inappropriate shit, right? And this was during
Right.
the whole Me Too movement, where everybody was everything was being brought to light, right? Disney said, we don't condone that. You are fired. They fired James Gunn for an indeterminate amount of time. We don't want you on Guardians 3. We don't want anything to do with you. Our brand must, Disney. They'll destroy the earth if they can maintain their image. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So they fired James Gunn from Marvel, and everybody was tight. James Gunn publicly said, "Man, I said that shit like 10 years ago. I was a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. I've apologized for this. I'm not the man who was back then. Hopefully you'll be able to see through my actions. But in Hollywood, it's all a veil, right? We don't know. We really don't know. What's
For
funny
sure. Yeah.
is that when he was in between jobs, DC Comics said, "Hey, James Gunn, why don't you come over here? Forget those guys. Don't worry about them. We got Punch and Pie over here. We'll take you as you are." DC was desperate. Come over here, James Gunn, guy who just made a multi-billion-dollar movie. And James Gunn said, "You know what? F that. I'm going to go where I'm wanted." And he made Peacemaker, which was a hit. It was greenlit for a second season. But Marvel
Mhm.
started to regret their decision and was like, well, maybe we didn't tear up your contract. Maybe you're still obligated for Guardians 3. We're sorry. We pulled the plug a little too fast. We understand that you're not the same guy. You haven't shown any of that kind of activity or nonsense ever since. Maybe we just kind of got swooped up in the whole Me Too thing. We understand.
Me too. Shit.
James,
Yeah.
yeah, James Gunn said, Do I have to?" And they said, "Yes." Okay, this is it. Screw you guys. I'll do what you are contractually obligating me to do, but then I'm out. I'm going back to DC. And they were like, "Oh, we kind of effed up. We fucked up. We lost this guy." Even though
Right.
at the time it was grounded, real, that was their reason. But now this James Gunn is running the DC comics. He's running DC. Pretty much. It's all under his purview. And this is a visionary that they've lost because of those allegations and because of those, not even allegations, because of those facts. It was on paper. You saw what he was talking about. So all that to say, I think it's really based on the individual person, what your level of grace is. You know what I mean? Some people still listen to Chris Brown. Some people will
Right.
never
R.
listen.
Kelly.
Like for me, R. Kelly
Right.
crossed the line. I can't listen to R. Kelly. That guy was found guilty. He had people in dungeons and shit. I can't.
Well, I'm right there with you, but like you said, there's a lot of people that do absolutely separate the art from the artist. So I agree with you. Like I also don't listen to R. Kelly. I don't necessarily boycott him, but
Right.
it's not something
It's
that I
like
actively go, oh yeah, I want some R. Kelly. I want some Ignition right now. Like I don't do that. I used
yeah.
to, right? When the song was
We had that
hot,
before we
but
knew.
that's
Before,
what I'm saying.
but
Exactly. Before we knew, but yeah. So that, but again, it's to each his own, which I
it's
think
all,
is also
mhm.
its own form of art. It's a part of art. It's like, that's the whole point of art. It's not for everybody, no matter what. So regardless of how perfect or imperfect a human being is, the art is still there and it's substantial, or it's
It's
not,
like
because it's objective.
it's
So,
super subjective. And it's like Roman Polanski. When's the last time you watched Rosemary's Baby? One of the best horror movies ever
oh my
made.
God, like October. I love Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah. But the guy who
Yeah, that's
made
what
it
I'm
is an
saying.
absolute creep.
Yes. He's a
And Ed
fucking
the Con
pedophile.
yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
PDF. Yes, he's a
Yeah.
PDF. Yes.
He's a whole
Absolutely.
PDF
There's
file.
no doubt about it. Yes.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
pick your poison. Look at Diddy.
Weird,
Look,
right? It's really
Jay
weird.
Z.
Oh, I
You're
would
not gonna
never
listen to
listen to
Jay
Diddy
Z.
again, but Diddy had only two good songs. Like, in fact, one good song, All About the Benjamins. That's the only Diddy song that I think is relevant. Is
Only song I
is
like.
All About the Benjamins.
The only song I like from Diddy, and it's the most nerdy, stupid shit ever, It's the song "Come With Me" where he fought Godzilla in the rain. That's the only song I like
Oh yeah.
because he
Come
fought
with
Godzilla.
me. That one?
Because come with he did the Robert Plant thing.
Wait, no, it
Come with
wasn't
me.
that one. Come with me is
Da,
different.
da, 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 da.
Oh
Come with me.
yeah. Oh, that's right. He
Yeah.
did the Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
He took over the
he did
Led Zeppelin beat. That's right. Yeah.
and he
Come
fought
with me.
Godzilla. He fought
Oh
Godzilla
God,
in the
that's
rain.
terrible.
That's the only song I like, and
That is so bad.
I'm gonna miss not having that in rotation for laughs. But yeah,
Wow.
I think
That's terrible.
I mean it's hard, right? It's like, do I boycott Superman because this guy had had was kind of an asshole back in the day? Is he still an asshole now? The world may never know until something comes to light. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
But
that's the thing. Like, exactly. There has to be something that's evidential, right? Like
but
at this point, it's only allegations, just like with Dan Schneider of Nickelodeon. It's just allegations. Nothing necessarily. Actually, I'm not really positive, but I feel like maybe he did actually was accused and sentenced of something,
there's a
but
lot
maybe
there's a
not.
lot
That
of
might
weird
have been,
shit
yeah, it
at
might have been like one of his
Nickelodeon.
producers or something like that. Like, but somebody in Nickelodeon was confirmed to be one of those, and he ended up having to serve time, and Nickelodeon hired him back. That's the thing,
That's
shit like
insane.
that. And I wish I could remember his name right now, but that's for real. That's for real. That's something that really happened. He was
This
convicted of certain childhood crimes. He was out of jail, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll hire you back. You're funny. You're good on kids shows."
no,
So
it's like
there's that.
all I'm saying is that Leonardo DiCaprio was at a white party. That's all I'm saying. When you're not gonna watch
I
Titanic.
mean, thank you. No.
I mean, yeah,
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
going to
if you
boycott
really
Titanic. Okay, Mike. Yeah. I get it.
it's
I get what you're saying.
no, it's really kind of like the I can't wear Nikes because children died making these. Like, how far do you want to go down that road?
I'm not wearing this because it's made of
Like,
plastic and plastic
please,
is wasted. And I'm just going to be like,
I'm
yeah,
just gonna be
nobody's doing that. No
nobody's
one's doing
doing
that. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Mike.
you
Okay.
have to
I get
draw,
you.
you know what I'm saying? You have to draw a line of how
Mhm.
how virtuous you're willing to be, because after a while you're just not living on earth anymore. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're just ass naked in the ocean. It's just, you're just floating. You drinking salt water and being right. How bad do you
All
want to be
right.
right? You know what I
I
mean?
had to ask because I don't think I've ever, and in real life, like, I don't think I've ever really asked you this question specifically about James Gunn. And we've talked about R.
Mhm.
Kelly before. We talked about Michael Jackson. We talked about the most controversial people you can talk about. But James Gunn is one of those that like flies under the radar. You know
He
what I
really
mean?
does.
Again, again, innocent until proven guilty. I'm 1,000% with that all day. But the allegations are there. There's evidence there. So there's
Right.
that. But so that was my only question is but you're right. You make a solid point. Whether I agree with it or not is irrelevant. And I do. I don't disagree with it, but I can also make an argument against it. I'm not going to do that, but I can also do that. Oh, there's a
Yeah.
lot of static. What's that?
Here's here's the thing.
Static.
Um,
Is it me?
that's okay.
Hold on.
I don't know.
No, I'm not moving.
No, you're fine.
Oh
The
my, what
ghosts.
is that?
Oh,
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Don't do that. Don't say ghosts, you fool. Oh my God.
ghost. It is after dark
Well,
after
fine.
all. It is after
Cool.
dark.
Well, I know, but they better not be coming out at 9:25.
No,
Like,
no.
are they bored? It's
They're
early.
they're
Like, come
ghosts.
on, guys.
They're very bored. They have nothing. They've been bored for
God,
500 years.
so annoying.
Sorry,
They're so
I didn't mean to.
annoying.
I didn't mean
Yeah.
to invoke them, Doug. But no, what was I gonna what was I gonna say? Um, he said no. How you went no. I rebuke that in the name of the Lord.
I,
And
that's it. I'm done. Nope, we don't do that.
no, but I was gonna say the thing about James Gunn specifically is that if he kept doing super sus shit, then I wouldn't be behind him. Now, if you look at someone like Drake, who's been doing such shit from the beginning, and it's like on camera. You know what I'm saying? Documented in 4K, as the kids say.
Yes, sir.
Then I'm
Yes,
like,
sir.
I can't really. But James Gunn has been, at least in the public eye, trying to be a normal human being. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
what lies. I can't read the man's spirit. I don't know what's deep inside. I don't know what demons he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really knows
Yeah.
anyone that well. But I
For
can
sure.
but I'm about giving grace. Like, some people you just don't bother. Like Chris Brown. You just don't argue with the man. He'll fuck you up no matter what you are. Man, woman, child, dolphin, he'll just fight you. But he makes slaps. So that's kind of like a concession for me. It's like, just leave the man alone and let him make beautiful music. But R. Kelly, on the other hand, we can have a whole podcast about the horrific atrocities that man was doing in his basement. So Chocolate Factory is out. I'm sorry. I can't in good faith roll that out. And what I'm saying?
It's
And
the
so
remix to Ignition. I'm
ignition,
sorry. It's just such a
hot
good
air
song.
fresh out,
Hot and fresh out the
fresh out the
kitchen.
kitchen. I'm sorry, but
I get it though. Like, isn't that? It's a sacrifice, isn't it? In
yeah,
its own way, just
Lucifer was a
to sacrifice
musician.
some. Well, there you go. Oh
Lucifer,
my! Look at
Lucifer was
you!
a magician. So
Look at
guess what it
you
sounds?
with the
Guess what
dark
it sounds?
art fucking
Duck
knowledge. Get it?
Utz. Duck
Oh.
Utz. Sorry, I don't want to do
Satan
that
is
voice.
good. Satan is our pal.
Satan is good. Satan is our proud. This is really after dark. This is getting wild. I think we need to slow down.
This is stupid.
We're
So
we're
dumb.
calling upon the dark arts. I can't condone any of this.
Don't. No, we're not doing that. Nope. We are not
No,
calling upon the
we were
dark
just doing the
arts.
5
Nope.
seconds. Like, we just did it
Nope.
like,
Nope.
nope, nope.
Sorry. God,
All right,
Jesus.
all right.
Jesus, save us.
Moving on. Moving on to
Moving
this.
on.
Moving on to other forms of debauchery. You know what I mean?
Anime porn.
When was the last time you gooned Nerdiverse?
Well, I don't. Well, exactly. Yes, Nerdiverse.
Shout out, shout outs to the gooners.
Please, in the comments, let us know
Let us
the
know
last time you gooned.
who
Oh,
out there is
God.
cum stacking. Are you cum stacking? If you are, salute.
Ew. Ew, that's
If you are,
gross.
salute. This is
Shame, Nerdiverse.
Ceiling Cat can see you. You know that, right? Ceiling Cat can super see you. So stop it. I'm telling you now.
Hey, there's evidence. I've seen pictures of ceiling cat in the ceiling looking down at
Looking
masturbating
down
humans.
in judgment. It's like lemon grab. My vital juices.
Ew.
My
That's not what
juices.
lemon. That is not what lemon grab meant. He did not mean those type of vital juices. Lemon grab is
Okay.
amazing.
Is lemon grab a
Hey,
man
don't be
or a
speaking
woman?
on lemon. Lemon grab is a lemon.
Fair enough. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
lemon grab is a true ascend. I've ascended this mortal flesh, and now I am this lemon. I've ascended this mortal
Lemon
flesh.
grab is the only they them that ever actually exists in real life.
You want to lean into the mic a bit more on that one. You chill the fuck out.
Lemon grab.
I'd rather invoke the
They
dark
them.
arts than bring that upon us. Shut up.
I'm just saying. I'm saying. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know what?
Lemon grab is, hey, huge fan of Adventure Time. Huge fan of lemon grab. Apparently, obviously. All I'm saying is lemon grab, the only real life they them. If I was going to ask my children to point out a man, a woman, and lemon grab, and ask them which one's the they them, and they don't point out lemon grab,
you failed as a parent. You failed as a parent. I'm just telling you.
I mean, right? No, like seriously, lemon grab is legit. Are they them?
But can we
For sure.
shift back into Japanese pornography? That's a safer conversation. than what we're talking
It's
about
so funny.
right
Why is
now.
that a safer conversation than this? But yes, I suppose we can.
Do you
I
agree that
suppose
that's a
we can.
safer conversation? You know what I'm saying? Oh my god.
Oh, fine, fine, fine. Okay. So yeah, so I watched. So first of all, I will put a disclaimer: I do not watch porn ever, not at all. But I do like watching hentai because it's just anime, but with sexual scenes. So
Mhm,
it's like watching an American movie that has sexual scenes in it. Not really
mhm.
that big of a deal. Um,
Nope.
so I watched one called Foxy Nudes, and it was absolutely hands on the floor hilarious. I watched another one after that, and it was like Wizard King and like the demon. Anyway, it was very different. It was like Lord of the Rings meets um um I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, but so Foxy Nudes was hilarious. But I started to think, okay, one, how do people get off on stuff like this?
I'm sorry.
And two, why I started to question my own morality because there's several scenes um, where somebody gets where somebody gets violated by somebody who it's a hostage situation. So the kidnapper violates the kidnappee, but it's live on TV. It's called Foxy News because there's a newscaster who uses her body. It's like an OnlyFans page, but it's news. It's broadcasted like live news, 6 p.m., 9 p.m., whatever it is. And she uses her body to sell the actual news. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous, but it was hilarious. I found myself watching, there's only 2 episodes to this. I found myself watching the second episode where the kidnapper is absolutely violating the kidnappee in the worst ways possible. But it's so comical and so hilarious. Again, it's cartoons. It's not like real life people, but it's absolutely hilarious because she's the one interrogating and antagonizing this entire thing only to gain sensationalism. Um, if I'm being honest, it kind of reminds me of a very twisted Black Mirror episode, where this woman is only like solely interested in sensationalism to the point where she uses her own body. She sells her body to government negotiators, and she convinces this government agent to not to use a sniper weapon against the kidnapper at the right time, and the only right time is when she says to make sure to take the headshot. But she does that by sleeping with him. So she's disgusting. She's just defiled and just she's gross. She's just absolutely immoral. But again, the way the Japanese people approach the situation is humorous. It's buffered by this layer of sarcasm and this layer of cheesy words that Americans don't say, but I have to imagine Japanese people think we say these words. But yeah, it's very cheesy, almost slightly cringy, but it's such a hilarious thing. My thing was, how do I feel about watching somebody get violated kind of violently on camera in these cartoons? Like, I was like, okay, well, this is just, I mean, it is just cartoons, but like, I don't, I had to question my own morality when it comes to that. And it's a little bit different than I suppose watching regular PORN, which again, like I said, not that I never have, I'm not an innocent, human being, I'm not a prude, but I just don't anymore because it doesn't do anything for me mentally in a positive way. So it's been years, but this kind of stuff is fascinating to me. So like I said, like what is the difference between disassociating this experience when it comes to a cartoon as opposed to if I were to watch it in real life, I'd be horrified. Like, how do we do that? I don't know
Mhm.
if you watch, like, I know you watch anime. I don't know if you watch hentai. I don't know any of that. I've never really asked you, and that's not my business. But what do you think? If you have any opinion at all, what is your opinion? If you don't, that's fine.
Okay. I'm not going to acknowledge the what categories that I'm not going to acknowledge Gizzard Rev. We're not going there. Um, but I have three things to say about all of that. Um, First thing, your show reminds me of the movie The Relic. Joe, what's cracking, bro? How you doing, Joe? What's going on, Joey? Um, it reminds me of the movie The Relic because in The Relic, the you ever heard there's a Cathoga, it's a giant monster, but the whole point of the movie is that they're doing a superstition exhibit in the Natural History Museum, and all of the scientists were like, "That's bullshit," because that's like having topless waiters at the Bolshoi ballet. It's like you're bringing in titillating things to draw people to the news or to something they should be learning. You know what I mean? So it kind of reminds me of that. Uh, Second thing, to answer your question, is that as humans, we've been watching atrocities our whole lives. We've been watching people get.
Right.
We will watch and I think it's just the hangups of each country. Whereas Americans, we're a lot because we're a puritanical society. Our trigger is sex. Our trigger is the loss of innocence. The seduction of the innocent. Right. Where in Japan, it's not that big of a deal. But
Right. Yeah.
in in our society, we'll sit and watch Commando or freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger mows down 50 people with a with a M16 and be totally fine. But don't show a tit. You're ruining
Right.
the
Yeah.
children. So
Right.
and the Japanese anime has always had a history in voyeurism and a history in just sexual exploration because they're also a repressed people, which is why you have hentai and tentacle porn and all that fun stuff. Because in Japan, it's actually illegal to show penetration. You cannot show it. It's always blurred out. It's always blooped out. You're not supposed to do it.
Yeah, that's interesting to me as well. But they're very open. They're very open about showing sexuality. Like it's that's what's interesting to me is because a lot of this stuff isn't reserved as XXX. It's just out there for people to watch, see, observe, acknowledge. It's there to be absorbed, as natural life. For us, like sex was always like this, oh, where the XXX is behind the curtain and the video stores and blah blah blah. And to answer GZR's question, it was a link that was sent to me through an email. It was just this one thing, hey, check this out. This is fucking hilarious. And it was like
You're
that.
so
Yeah.
brave.
And
You clicked that.
I
That
watched
could
the
have
whole
been
thing. Yeah,
anything.
of course.
You're
No,
crazy.
of course. Well, I have good friends that send me fucking fun stuff. So like
Okay.
I'm good on that. Yeah.
So it didn't look like
And yeah,
spam or
you're
nothing,
right.
right?
Maybe I guess not. No, 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 no. But in fact, there was even a detail like, hey, like she's this, she's that. Anyway, it was funny because it was a lot of anyway, he was like, "Oh, Fox News," but it was called Fox because it was called Foxy News. But anyway,
Fox
so there's
News.
that.
Right.
So it was just a link that was sent to me, and then I had to go off and find it. I understand that there's apps and sites and blah blah blah, but yeah, I don't subscribe to any of that stuff. But if I did, there is categories, and that's probably for a later MOTN after dark. So stay
That's
tuned, I guess.
That's gonna be behind the paywall. If you guys want the deet, if you guys want the deets, better give us some fucking money.
There's yeah, there you go. There you go.
You guys want to know our kinks and shit? I need money.
Ew,
I need you
ew,
to like,
ew,
comment, and
stop
subscribe.
it.
This is the scummiest thing ever. This is after
Hi,
dark. This is
Joe.
what. Hey Joe, what's going on? What's cracking, Joe? Joe. But yeah, man, we're just so hung up on that shit because we don't want to, pollute the minds of our young children because it's
Well,
cartoons.
for
It's
me, it's new to me. It's. I'll be extremely honest. This is new to me. I watched anime pretty much since 17, 18 years old, I would say, and this is off and on, and it's very certain ones, and I've played certain video games, and so I've never really like like dove into this side of it where it's like but it turns out that a lot of these that would be quote unquote hentai are they're just regular movies with sex scenes.
it's funny.
You know what I mean?
Um,
There's such an interesting thing about them. I find it fascinating, to be honest.
but I would say that I think certain things. I think what it threw off, what it threw off for you, is that it's hard to mix certain things in your brain at the exact same time. When you're in a sexual mood, you're thinking sexually, but if you throw laughs in there, it kind of takes you aback. It's like the Seinfeld episode where George was mixing sex and food. You know what I mean? He was bringing food into the bed. It was throwing off the entire equilibrium of that event. So you know what I mean? He brought a Subway sandwich into bed, and she wasn't having it. You know what I mean?
He
And
had to
he's like,
hide it under his
he had to
pillow.
hide it under his pillows and shit. You
It's
know
so
what I
gross.
mean? It's super, and that's what most hentai is. That it's like Ghost in the Shell, right? Where you know what I'm saying? Where yes, you see you see the main character naked throughout the entire film, like just full on naked. But because of what she's doing, it almost strips away like she's naked. It becomes utilitarian.
Right.
She's a freaking
Right.
beast.
Exactly.
She just happens to
Yes.
be a naked woman. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think Japan is really good at kind of stripping that away and like letting you get that giggle out, and then it's like, okay, this is what you're trying to do with this vehicle of sexuality, of gender, of you know what I mean? So it's really interesting how they pull it off, and they always do. Dragon Ball had nudity in it. Early Dragon Ball had crazy weird nudity in it because they just don't give a shit about that out there. You know what I mean? And because of the way we grow up and our sensitivities, it's always going to take a back for us. And there is a bit, I think, of voyeurism in that, not having to do it, but seeing
Yeah.
it done. You know what I mean? Being able to see it from a distance and being able just to turn it off when you don't want any more of it. It's not real. So
Yeah.
especially it being a cartoon adds another layer of not realness to it. Because like you said, if you would have saw all that nonsense in real life, I think it wouldn't have been as funny to you. You know what I mean? Like all the atrocities
No,
that were
yeah,
going
no,
on in the
obviously
series.
not. No,
You know what
no.
I'm saying? So
That
there's
what
certain
made it
layers.
humorous is what made it humorous was the setup to it and how she went about it and how she manipulated the situation. She manipulated in the most silliest way, where she gave this guy boner medicine and like she legit like broke into the hostage's house and was like, yeah, we're here to film everything because he was a disgruntled employee, so that's why he was acting out, and he ended up kidnapping the daughter of the boss, right? So that's the setup. That's there. Um, but yeah, so she went in. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you these boner pills, and I'm gonna make sure that you're able to perform because I need you to do this." Because anyway, it was just this whole thing where she just manipulated the entire situation, where this person wasn't even interested in doing any of these things. He was interested in getting his way, and that's it. She was the one who went into the situation and turned him into a complete monster. Um, and
Yeah.
again, it sounds terrible. It sounds terrible on paper, but it actually, like I said, what makes it so brilliant is that it was done in the most humorous way. Like I could not stop laughing at the entire thing. You have no
That's
idea. It was absolutely ridiculous. And damn, it's so funny that the Japanese are so good at doing that.
it.
Like they're
It's
really
it almost
good at tying those like braiding situations and scenarios together in the most perfect way, like where the writing's even good, even in English. Because maybe that's what made it cheesy, is that the English words were just a little bit more exaggerated, I assume, than what the Japanese were actually saying. Because it's interpreted like literally for the most part. So a lot of
yeah.
it was very exaggerated, which makes it even more hilarious when you watch the subtitles. So yeah, I
It's
don't know.
giving me. I'm gonna check it out because I'm just. I would love to see this dichotomy of humor and
It's
sex as
really
as
good. Like
funny.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't have brought it up otherwise. It's really good.
But it's giving me like
Yeah.
Silence of the Lamb vibes, where the writing is so smart that you forget that Hannibal Lecter is a disgusting creature
There you go.
cannibal,
Yeah.
and you and
Yeah.
you're like
Yeah.
and you're actually liking him by the time the movie's over, and
Or
you're like
we're at the end of the
you know what I'm saying?
movie and he gets off the bus and you're like, yeah, get it,
Yeah,
bro. Where he gets off the
rock
bus and
on,
you
get
know
him,
he's
bro.
up, he's about to eat the dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you're
Yeah,
not
you're
supposed to
right.
cheer for that. It's like
Yeah.
Natural Born Killers. We all rooting for Mickey and Mallory to get out at the end, but they shouldn't get
Right.
out because they're insane mass murderers, dude. I think good
Yeah.
writing makes you forget what you're seeing, until you're in the afterglow of the situation, not afterglow of the situation, and you're just like, what the fuck did I just watch? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you kind of laugh at
Yeah.
yourself, like I
Yeah,
sickly
exactly.
enjoyed
Yeah.
that. Why did I enjoy that? I think it's part of our lizard brain that that
Yeah, I think
enjoys
so. It's very
enjoys.
primitive. Yeah.
Yeah, it taps into that part of your brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we hate to admit it, but we've been doing this shit since the Colosseum. We've been doing this shit since the Romans. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Well, we
violence,
were
sex.
stoning in the times of Jesus, so there's that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like people were literally throwing rocks at other people until they died. Like
People
that's a
still do that
thing.
now. People still do that
Like
now.
you're throwing a rock at somebody continuously till he dies. Like that's a real thing. So get out of here. Like we're good. Get
That
out
must
of town.
you kind of hope the first rock kind of does it. You don't want to be stoned, bro. That's a
I
rough
I
way to
wouldn't
go.
I wouldn't, but there it was. Yeah.
I just
So
learned
there's
about
that.
the metal. You
Yeah.
ever heard about the metal bull that they boil? They create a giant bull out of metal, and they put put a person in it, and then they set it on fire, and the person cooks inside of the bull as they try to like not touch the walls because it's becoming molten hot. So the person literally cooks inside the bull, and the smoke from the charred flesh comes out of the bull's nose, and they open it up and then eat the body because it's already been cooked. That shit is
Okay.
humans are great. Humans are amazing. Humans, somebody really sat there and thought about that shit and said, yeah, this is how we yep,
We're the
yep,
best.
we're the
We're the
best.
best around. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just I mean, people that is God still here? What would you be? If you have to watch all this shit, you're like, oh
So
wow.
I answered your question. You have to bring something up that you already brought up earlier. I just can't remember exactly what it was. So
I just want to talk about Creature Commandos and how fucking weird that series is. What did I mention? Did I mention something interesting? I got so distracted and by the art versus artist conversation. That was just really intriguing to me. And also just like separating that in just how disgusting Hollywood is, but we just kind of forget about it because, oh, cool, the Avengers. You know what I mean? And just we turn a blind eye to if it's entertaining, we're so quick to turn a blind eye to these people that we quote unquote worship. You know what I mean?
so I know you and Brian are about to do a top 10, which we are
Top
eventually going to
10.
promote. Hey,
Yep.
I want to
Yep.
talk about something real quick. I
Yeah.
don't know who's watching. Doesn't really matter because there's going to be a few people that are going to watch it later. But so my Instagram channel got deleted, and I
Yep.
had to make a new one. So I'm yeah trying to rebuild that one. It's so strange, isn't it? Like, why do they keep doing that to me?
Because it's we discussed this. This is the
Did you
anti
see
nerdiverse.
that? It's the
Yeah, this is the
anti-nerdiverse.
anti nerdiverse.
This is the sixth Instagram account that I've made because they just straight up said, "We're done with you." Over nothing. This is
You
the
know
thing.
what?
It's over nothing. I just don't understand it anymore. It baffles. It doesn't bother me anymore because I'm kind of used to it, but it baffles me still. Like
No.
one day, I wake up every day like, am I going to have my account? Am I going to have my account? And then I posted some stupid bullshit, which has nothing to do with anything. But there's so many YouTubers talking about these drones. So it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm safe, right? I'm safe.
No.
I
You're
don't
on the
get
list.
it.
You're on the
But
list, dude.
I
You're on,
only had 230 followers. Like, I don't get
uh,
it. That's
there's a list.
strange.
There's a list, dude. Some people are on it. Some,
That's
it's
crazy.
crazy.
I
It's
I still get blown away. Like there was nothing there. The last time with the fifth account, they were like, "Oh, copyright because you used a certain song, blah blah blah." For a reel that I used for Gemworks video, I
yep.
used a KRS-One song, and they never took the video down. They kept the video up, but they struck me and said copyright, copyright, and then they suspended my account.
Yeah.
Isn't that insane? Instagram is
I'm
really fucking with me. Isn't that weird?
yeah,
Like
man.
I'm nobody. That's scary, dude. That's
No, it reminds
scary.
and to turn this back around to nerd stuff, it reminds me
Yes, this
of
is
Captain
dirt
America.
shit.
This is nerd shit. My fucking account.
God damn it.
God damn it. No,
Fucking
it's just like
robots.
It's Captain America in the Winter Soldier. No, it's Captain. Was it Captain America the Winter Soldier, where they created the algorithm that attacked anyone who would be someone in the future. So it was an algorithm that the computer made up, and it was like, we're going to target these human beings because they're nobody now, but they're going to be
Oh.
someone super important in the future, based on what they're doing and based on what
I don't
they're.
want to be important.
So
No.
they was naming people that weren't in the MCU yet. It's like, yeah, it's attacking, it's attacking Stephen Strange, and it's attacking Carol Danvers, and these are people who aren't there yet. And this was years before
God.
Doctor Strange.
That's
And it's,
scary.
yeah, man. Life imitates art, baby. And it's just like,
Bruh.
yeah, maybe you're meant to lead the revolution, and they're trying to stifle your rise. Maybe you're John Connor, and you're here to
What if
fight
I'm
Stein.
John Connor?
What if you're John Connor, Brie, and you're here to fight
I tried. I
Skynet,
don't
bro?
know if I.
Nah, man.
Yeah. What?
No.
I might be Sarah Connor. I might be, dude. What?
Yes. Bruh.
Um,
Oh man, what was I laughing at earlier? You said something. Oh yeah, you said something about magicians that made me laugh, and it made me think of that one meme where it's like, magician's brick, and he shoots like a jumper and throws a brick at an orc, and he goes, yeah. I don't know why I thought of that. It's the funniest shit. He goes, I don't want to
That's
repeat the joke,
terrible.
but that's all. I was thinking about that for 30 seconds into what you're talking about. This magician's brick, and he shoots like Kobe, and it hits an orc, and it just dies. It's so fucking stupid. Oh man, MOTN After Dark off to a rollicking good start here.
Yay, we're so amazing. We're here.
We're here. Lemon Grab
Okay.
is the only.
Okay.
Yep.
Lemon grab. Don't. Why did you even
Don't
go
get
back
started.
there?
No,
Why
what
did
was you
he
gonna
even
say?
go back there?
No, what were
Why?
we gonna say? What were we gonna say?
The only they them on this
No,
planet.
we're not talking about that anymore. You
Okay,
understand?
okay, fine.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be on the list. We're gonna be
Okay,
holding
fine.
hands.
Fine. Lemon grab is the only thing them on the planet. Lemon grab. But what I was gonna ask you is lemon grab, what are you looking forward to for Christmas?
Man, man, I'm looking forward to a Prince Albert. I've been really trying to just outgrow
Ew.
my thoughts. I'm just trying to become more than me.
Oh, the piercing?
No, like
Oh, okay.
the actual Prince.
Gross. Oh,
You
I
know,
see. Okay.
you know. I'm not talking about the piercing. I mean, I kind of
Oh,
am, but we'll see how. No, I'm just kidding.
ew.
I'm totally
Ouch.
kidding.
Also, yeah.
Ouch! Unnecessary, unnecessary surgery land.
Unnecessary ouch. They them. We're
Searing
done. I'm
gas
done.
stain land.
Never
Yeah,
again. Never
you're on
again.
timeout. You're on
God. Why?
flag
Why
on the
would you
play.
even walk? You walked me into it.
Why
Anyway,
would you?
I just want to remind you guys that Hanukkah starts next week, next Thursday, in fact. Wait, when is the 25th?
Wednesday.
Sometime next week, Hanukkah starts. After Christmas or the day of Christmas, and then there's like 8 days of Hanukkah. Yeah.
Bruh.
I know we all know about Christmas, but sometimes, a lot of times, many times, people don't know about Hanukkah. And Hanukkah is an actual thing, and we are the child of the king, and the king happens to be a Jew.
Okay, I need to derail something really quick, but I'm going to ask you a stupid question. You ready for a stupid
Let's
question?
go. Let's
Who would win?
go.
Who would win out a fight? Kwanzaa or Hanukkah?
Oh, Hanukkah all day. Kwanzaa
But they
doesn't have
have,
the money.
but they got the power.
No, Kwanzaa has the power. Kwanzaa has. They don't have the money. They need
But
the money.
What's that one song Lisa used to sing? Um, they have the plans, but we have the
We have the
power.
power. Yeah, like that. That's it.
That's Kwanzaa.
That's Kwanzaa versus Hanukkah. Yeah. So much
know.
day and night by the big cooling tower. Yeah, that one.
They have the plans, but we have the power.
That's the dental plan episode. That's the dental plan episode. Yeah.
And
Lisa
that
needs
is
braces.
I know nothing of Kwanzaa. And as a black man, I probably should be stoned for that. But all I know about Kwanzaa is that I mentally related
Kwanzaa's
to that
fake.
song. No, what's real? What's
Kwanzaa
real?
is fake.
I think you're lying. I think the spirit of Kwanzaa is going to visit you all, just
Oh,
like
he better not. He better not. I call the
the spirit, the, the spirit of
cops.
Kwanzaa is going to visit you, like in the Christmas Carol, and you're going to have to deal with
Nope.
it. You just brought talking about ghosts. You just brought up the
There
spirit of
goes the
Kwanzaa.
neighborhood.
It's like saying Candyman 5 times. You jacked up. You done goofed. Now you got now some super buff Kwanzaa spirit is gonna walk you through and
It's gonna
make you
just be
really
Debo. It's just Debo. It's just Debo
done.
walks
It's gonna,
in.
it's gonna teach you appreciation. It's gonna teach you appreciation. You're
he's
gonna come
going
back.
he's going to demand some reps. He's gonna be
Yeah,
like, yeah, you owe me. He's
yeah.
gonna do that. Oh
You did
man.
this. Yeah, I'm telling you, by like
Oh.
by like February 1st, you're gonna be a brand new woman. You're gonna understand you're gonna
Oh
understand and love
man.
the spirit of Kwanzaa because the ghost of
Yeah. Okay.
the ghost of Kwanzaa, past, present, and future, are going to visit you and make you humble, like
hmm hmm
like Killer Kowalski. It's going to make you humble. Then where
The
will you be?
the Muppet Kwanzaa Carol. Imagine.
Wow,
Let's go.
wow.
Let's go. I'm in.
What
The
R-rated
Muppet
movie would you
Kwanzaa
want?
Carol.
What R-rated movie would? No, what R-rated movie would you want done in Muppet version?
Goodfellas.
That's fire.
Yeah, hell
See,
yeah. I'm gonna go
I
get the
was
papers. Get the papers.
get the
Johnny two
papers.
times.
Johnny Two
Imagine
Times as a
Johnny two
Muppet.
times.
As
Johnny
a
two
Muppet.
times as a Muppet. Get the fuck out of town,
Get the fuck
son.
out of Get the fuck out of here, bro. They did Sam Jackson dirty in that movie. Just mentioning
No.
that.
Oh yeah, they did. Hey. Well, he played the role he was supposed to play. That's what makes it so insane. Is like
Bro,
that happens to be a legitimate thing, like an IRL thing. And like, oh my god, like I mean, dang, that's so harsh.
give me your
It's
white
really
boy.
harsh. It's a really harsh thing to actually like admit.
Yeah,
Is that like he played a character that actually happened in real life?
yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
crazy,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yo, what are you looking forward to this? Your question. What are you looking forward to this Christmas?
I'm looking forward to spending time with my sisters, my niece, my family. Like we haven't been as a whole like in a very long time. So this year we are determined to actually do that for Christmas. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. That's what
I'm I'm
Miss
looking forward
Rama.
to. I want to convince my family to hold hands and sing like in the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's what I'm planning to do.
Bahudare, Bahudare, welcome Christmas, Christmas cheer.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
planning to do. They don't know it
that's
yet,
cool.
but that's what I'm gonna arrange for us to do.
Oh,
Like,
that's a great
gradually,
present for them,
I'm
actually. That's a
gonna
beautiful
start on
present for
Monday.
them.
By
I love
Wednesday, we're
that.
all gonna be on the same page. I think we're gonna be on the same page by Wednesday.
Love
I
it.
like turtles. I love turtles. Okay, AJ, we're closing out the episode with you, Mister I Like Turtles. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? I need to know now. AJ, you're on the clock. No,
You're on the
AJ,
clock, AJ. Let's go.
AJ. We can't end the episode until I know who your favorite Ninja Turtle is. I know you're listening.
What if he doesn't know anything about the Ninja Turtles and he just
That's
likes
irrelevant.
legit
That
amphibians?
that's irrelevant.
Leonardo. Okay, well, all right.
Yo, man of my own heart, I love Leonardo.
That's my that's my Ninja Turtle too. Yeah,
Hold on, hold the
but
thought. Hold that freaking.
hold that thought. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hold up.
What is it?
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles.
there we go.
Heroes in a
There we
half shell.
go. Turtle
Turtle power.
power.
That's for you, AJ.
Yeah,
This was a good first episode of MOTN After Dark. I don't know how.
that's
This was
right.
a pilot, so I don't know exactly how many of these we're gonna get. Mostly on nights that I'm late, where I can't be at normal MOTN live. We'll just turn it into an After Dark and go nuts. Shout outs to our third leg, so to speak, Brian. He's not gonna like that.
Oh, Brian, I miss you so much.
Brian couldn't
Yeah,
make it
it's not the
tonight, but
same without B-Ray, for
that's fine.
sure.
It feels so empty without me.
Your
Um,
Christmas present is on its way, by the way.
Christmas presents on the way, bro. We got you. Domatello. I'm with it, Joe. I'm with it, Joe. What's coming up on the channel? As Toots noticed, I mentioned MOTN Top 10 Disney Plus episodes. It's coming out on Christmas. So after you're all drunk and off of eggnog and you open your gifts, listen
Hey,
to
it's cool.
MOTN and listen to me and Brian wax on about which shows are actually decent on that platform. Of course, MOTN lives on Friday nights, normally at 6. Tonight it's at 9 for After Dark. But we'll kind of see how that format goes. And um, I think we're going to call it there. Any last thoughts, Toots, before we close this bad boy out?
No, I don't have any really real last thoughts, but my Instagram account was suspended for voicing things I probably shouldn't have voiced, I suppose. But you can follow me either way at tootie.odin003 on Instagram now. So that's the new
To keep it
handle.
short
And that
sounds
sucks. That
dangerous,
sucks so
though.
bad. It's a new handle, but if you want to follow me there, and I'm always updating everybody on the cast and what's going on next. So that's where you'll find it. So there's that.
Absolutely fine,
Yay.
Toots. As long as there's a breath in her body, she will serve the peoples. I know this for a fact. One way or another, she is a servant of the nerdiverse and of the people. Please remember to like this content, comment wherever you're seeing us. Twitter, bro. Not Twitter. Everyone on Twitter, on X, whatever the fuck it's called. Um, like
Twitch.
us,
It was Twitch. Yeah,
Twitch,
the fella on Twitch. I feel
Twitch,
like
bro.
I answered his question substantially. He wasn't satisfied, but that's
That's
okay.
okay.
He
You still
hopefully he'll
watch,
be here next week.
and
Hopefully
I
he'll get to
appreciate
know me. And thank you so much for your view, friend.
yes, we accept all here at the Nerdiverse, unless you act like a jackass, and I would not have any qualms about shadow banning you and sending you to the dark realm. So please keep things
Wow.
clean, motherfuckers.
No, we were fine. Everybody was very respectful. So thank
Sorry.
you guys for your chat, for your questions. Goodness, thank you. GTR, shout
Absolutely.
out to you. I hope you have a wonderful night.
Everybody, take care. Have a blessed holiday. Have whatever you celebrate. Have a good week, and we'll see you next time. Take care, Nerdiverse. MOTN out.
Done. Yay.